Hello, this is the Wall 200 with another video. Today's video is going to be talking about Mortal Kombat controversies. There are quite a bit, and I'll go to the most, I guess, controversial to least. There's no real order to them, but we'll get to that when I rank these. Basically, I think the Jax one is probably the first one. That's pretty out there. I'll get into the details when I get to it. The crypt and the microtransaction bullshit, which they kind of fixed, but I think it's still kind of trash. And a couple other kind of minor ones with the OK sign with Johnny Cage and some costumes. We'll get to the first one, the Johnny Cage ending, which a lot of people got pissed off at. I watched it. I didn't find it too bad, really. Like, a lot of people are pissed because he says woke, and the whole thing is like, I'm not waiting 1,000 years to people to get woke, which is really fucking stupid. I wish they didn't have him say that. That seems to be something he would never fucking say. But I guess the big problem was he freed all the slaves from United States, I believe. He ended slavery just in the United States. I don't know if it's overall slavery or what. And a lot of people are indicating he might have killed all the white people to achieve this. I don't see that either, but we'll get into it. If you watch it, go ahead, but it's fucking downvoted to fucking death. They think it's like a political statement, which, okay, let's say it is a political statement that, slavery is bad and he freed some slaves. I don't see what people are so fucking mad about that. It's like, that seems to be a pretty fucking good thing to be doing. In my eyes, at least. I don't see why people would be exactly pissed about that. I think it more stems from it doesn't really match his personality. I'm just a casual Mortal Kombat fan, and that does seem extremely out of character for Jax, considering he's like a military person. And you think he would at least try to deal with world peace? I mean, to end slavery would be to have world peace from that, I guess, point in time forward, at least. To have world peace, that would make more sense to end slavery, but whatever. I think the majority of people are pissed because it's extremely out of his character, and some of it is from the political angle of white guilt bullshit. I really don't see it in the ending. I really don't. I didn't get pissed. I think it was just like, wow, that was fucking cheesy as fuck. That was cringy as hell. I don't use the word cringy much, but that was pretty fucking cringy. But other than that, I have really no problems with it. I don't get why people are downvoting that shit to death. I think it's fine. It was okay, and I don't see the fucking outrage. I hate the fucking outrage mob with that kind of mentality shit. So I'm sorry, I'm not going to hop on that bandwagon. I think it's fine. It's just people are overreacting to the whole fucking situation. Now let's get to the crypt, because they actually fixed a lot of the stuff that was in here. And it is a lot better. Instead of like 250 fucking fatalities that you had to perform to get one fucking treasure chest, and now it's like 65, 70, which is a lot better. Granted, that shit's way fucking better than what it was. So that is definitely improved, and they made the AI way easier, and they adjusted a bunch of stuff, gave a bunch of free coins out, and hearts and shit like that, and it is better. I haven't played it, but I heard a lot of players saying it's a lot better than it was, but it still doesn't really rectify the whole fucking microtransaction like bullshit. Instead, they have like loot boxes, but not like the traditional loot box. They put them in these crypts, and certain treasure chests open certain things. Like, some shit is actually locked off. You cannot perform certain brutalities and fatalities, a bunch of other shit, unless you open these certain chests, and they rotate, and that's necessarily you'll get a fatality from it. And everything that's unlocked is through the fucking crypt. So if you want to grind for 200 fucking hours, I guess that's your prerogative. I have not bought any game, AAA game that has microtransactions in it. The last game I've actually bought that was AAA was Monster Hunter World, because I just fucking hate microtransactions. Like, the way they released this and the state it was, they thought that shit was fine. Honestly, if they thought there was a problem to begin with, they would have did the day one, patch to fucking do this. It's sad to see that fans have to do this outcry fucking movement and bitch and complain from them to fix their fucking bullshit. That's not how it should be. It should be, reasonable when it comes out, not after you get a fucking huge backlash from it. It's fucking stupid. I hate that whole fucking practice. I wish it would fucking die. Moving on to the costumes and OK sign from Johnny Cage. The OK sign from Johnny Cage, I didn't think it was that big a deal. They removed it. There's actual fucking proof that they actually removed it. I'll try to find it and link it into the video. But he did, I guess, the circle game. He's put the OK underneath his, waist, and they took it out because Nazis. That's the exact fucking words this guy used. Is because of Nazis and OK sign stands for white power. And if you want to check out my fucking ideas and I have views with that shit, there's another video on this fucking channel going through that. But it's whatever. They don't want to leave it in, whatever. It doesn't bother me. I think it's fucking stupid as shit, but whatever. Now, the more interesting one is with the costumes. This one was perplexing of all the ones that I mentioned, mainly because Ed Boon said some really stupid shit, saying, like, they want realistic costumes now. Like, realism in this game is non-existent. You got people fucking ripping people in half, tearing spinal cords out, taking fucking the whole skeleton structure out of people's bodies and shit. So, like, realism and clothing really doesn't match what he's saying. It sounded fucking retarded. And, like, he could have left it at his first quotes. He was saying, like, we have these really great, details now. These really great graphics. We can have metal that looks like metal, cloth that looks like cloth, silk that looks like silk that looks like silk, cotton that looks like cotton, and whatever. And I think that was a pretty good response to it. But he continued after that. It's like, well, if they have the capabilities to show these clothings, then why not show the clothing, right? Like, if they want to show this shit off, that's fine. If they think this is the great way to show it off, then whatever. But his excuse sounded complete bullshit, and, like, I don't understand why he would respond in that way. A lot of people are trying to petition, like, old costumes for Melina and Katana, and these are a lot more revealing than their other costumes. And just, like, why not just make an alternate costume? You don't have to wear it. If they include these into the DLCs, people just buy it for $1, $2. Some people probably just flap down fucking $5 a fucking costume for this shit. And they wouldn't give a fuck because they want the fucking costume and want to look at some digital TNA, I guess. That's not particularly for me, but there's a fan base for that. And a lot of people like the old costumes. They want them back. And that's fine with me. If I highly doubt that they'll include these. But to say they just want costumes to, to have it make more sense and realism to it, like, well, the females wouldn't wear bikinis to a fight. Well, no shit. Like, that's not the fucking point. So, I don't get the whole outrage thing against that either, really. I mean, I wish they would put it in there just to please the fans, and they just put it as an alternate costume, and it's not something that's mandatory for someone to put on. And that be a kind of a way to go around the whole people who don't want to show that. I guess it's a little SJW leaking into the cracks of, bullshit, if you want to call it SJW. I hate that kind of political kind of moves and labels like that. It is kind of SJW-ish. I'm not going to fucking lie. It's kind of like they don't want to show the shit just because the outrage fucking community that's 0.1% of the fucking voice of fan base of, it's just fucking stupid that they just bend to that kind of will, you know. I guess they don't want to oust anybody, but that whole situation is really fucking stupid. All these controversies that I just covered, I think they're really pretty fucking stupid, to be perfectly honest. They have fixed a few things with the, Crypt and the whole outrage with the Jax ending. I'm not very political, sadly, so it's hard to me to pick a side. I'm usually not on the fence with such things, but with this particular one, I think both sides are kind of being retarded. And it's just a game. If you don't want to play this shit, just don't buy it, whatever. I didn't fucking buy this piece of shit game because it had microtransactions. But if you just want to buy it, and because you're a Mortal Kombat fan, go ahead. Your money. I'm not telling you not to fucking buy the game, because I can't tell people what to do with their money, okay? Just, if you want to buy it, go ahead. Just prepared for some political bullshit on both sides of the fence here. So that's pretty much what I have to say about the whole fucking situation. Thanks for listening, rate, comment, subscribe.